Hello, everybody. Welcome to Best Whole New World. And it's an exciting day today. Beloved is here with us on the journey to awakening, and she is excited on so many levels. And where are we going to start, beloved?
Oh my God, what a powerful week this is energetically. I have so much I want to share with people. And I think the way I'd like to begin is just to invite anyone that's here either today or watching the replay, because remember, we're quantum, to just for a moment come into their hearts. And I just want to play sound just a little bit just to gather us. So, take a nice deep breath, sweet ones. And just breathe. Just be in that space for yourself. Oh, perfect.
Thank you for starting it out with such presence.
Oh, you are so welcome. Oh my God, I am so excited about this week. What a powerful, powerful week energetically. I mean, the whole month of February is incredible. And the whole first 2 months of the year are just amazing. But February is, oh my God, so yummy, yummy, yummy.
And we're not talking about chocolates for Valentine's Day.
Oh, no, but those are yummy too. I started the day that way. Flowers and chocolates. No, but the week itself and all the things that are happening this week. I'm Ariel's here.
Okay. Come on, Ariel. We know if you're showing up, you want to say something. So go for it.
Okay. So I'm going to bring through a message from Archangel Ariel. Y'all have heard this before. Ariel is my primary guide. And Archangel Ariel is the angel of prosperity, the angel of nature, and the angel of strength. So just sit back and prepare to receive.
Okay.
Good day. We are here with you in this space, the angel who is known as Ariel. We come to you through little one here, whom you know as beloved. And we step in today because there is very much that she wants to share with you. The energies upon your planet right now are so full of light. And she is bursting at the seams and has been for quite a while. 2018 is a miraculous year for you, darling ones. As she has told you before, this is an 11 year. It is the year for coming into your divine purpose. It is the year of abundance. It's the year for moving forward. So right now, there are so many things happening upon your planet, and there is much diversity. Yesterday, was Fat Tuesday, and this is the day of celebration. It is Mardi Gras. It is the day to indulge your senses, indulge your tastes. And that comes in before today. And today, of course, is a day of Ash Wednesday. And so the celebration takes place, the feasting, so that those who celebrate this path then come into the understanding that this is a very, very sacred time, a very sacred day, is it not, for many of you? Yes? So this day, you'll see many people walking with ashes on their forehead, and this is a day of non-eating, and by fasting, which does not mean for those who celebrate this day that there is no eating for 24 hours, but it's the day of sacred contemplation, of spending it with the divine. So you have that, do you not? Now, tomorrow, you have moon energies and sun energies, which Beloved will speak about, for those of you who honor that tradition, who honor the traditions of the earth, who honor the traditions of nature. You are in celebration tomorrow. And then on Friday, those who celebrate the Lunar New Year in another part of the world, the Asians, the Chinese, it is another holy day, which is not really one day. It is the beginning of a season. So within this period, right now, you have the attention of much diversified honoring of the divine through many paths, through many ways of celebrating, and yet the focus is on divine connection. Regardless of whether you understand it from the West, regardless of whether you understand that from the East, whether you understand that from a nature tradition or a Catholic tradition, or those that are celebrating the Lenten season leading up to the Good Friday, the Easter, which is also the Passover. So from here forward, many are focused on celebrating the divine. So it is a most glorious season. It is still the season of light, is it not? So we invite you, dear ones, to be in your light. However you celebrate that, to be in your light, to be in your heart, to connect to the divine. And we leave that with you with love and blessings. We are complete. End transmission.
Thank you, Archangel Ariel.
Oh.
Thank you for sharing with us, and thank you, Beloved, for being the vessel for that message.
Thank you. Thank you for honoring that. So I'm so excited.
I'm excited. I just can't.
That's it. I just can't hide it. So here we have, oh my goodness, we have so much light in the world right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, Mardi Gras. Look at everybody celebrating. The parades, the joy, the feasting, the costumes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how lovely is that? So lovely. And today is Valentine's Day. Now, I believe that every day is Valentine's Day. If what we think of Valentine's Day is a day for the heart and heart connection. So at the end, we're going to do 5 minutes of sound. And we use the sound ah. And when we do that, I'm going to be offering sound from this beautiful, powerful high heart bowl. So that's how we're going to end today. So excited, so excited, so excited. So that's today, right?
So, like, we could just take it first for the fact that for most of the world, okay, and actually, I would be stand corrected because in the Islamic cultures, I'm uncertain if they celebrate Valentine's Day, right?
I'm
So,
uncertain now because obviously it was a Saint's Day.
right.
But we've taken it from that
Mm-hmm.
and brought it to just today to express love and compassion.
Yeah.
And kindness to one another, regardless of who we are.
Exactly. And I feel like just that alone, like the symbol of the heart and the symbol of the love, it's growing to demonstrate that love is what rules everything. Love is that presence. And if that's all the attention that you're putting right now, is just putting more attention on being loving and being loving to yourself, being loving to others, and being loving in the world, then you're actually spending that time connecting with the greater presence that exists in the universe, however you want to describe it.
Exactly. Exactly. So being in love. And it begins with self, right?
Mm-hmm.
Be in love with yourself. And if there's that's it. When you get up in the mornings, say good morning. I mean, we created this, right? This was the vessel that we chose to come in for this lifetime. It gets us around. It lets us taste things. It lets us be intimate with another. We share our bodies. It lets us feel things. We get to wear costumes, we get to wear clothes and walk in the mountains and swim in the sea. So begins with self-love.
Right. So on that self-love, I got a question for you that's popping up. I can feel it. Is like, okay, so you said we created these vessels, right?
Yeah.
So if we created these vessels, then what about the fact that the people that maybe don't like the way their vessel looks and they want to change it? Is that loving? Is that accepting? Does it matter? Because your point of view is always changing.
Well, I think that we create if our physical form is an outward and visible sign of our energy, of our vibration, which is always shifting. So we can shift our physical form. We can shift our bodies. I mean, we do it all the time. I used to dye my hair. Oh my God. I went through half my life as a blonde. And it would take 2 strippings to get this out. But hey, surfer chick. Not cool, right? So I was blonde. And then when Cleopatra became a thing,
Uh-huh.
God, I cut everything off and I dyed it black. And then I would go to bed in these huge rollers and get up in the morning and oh goodness, it was perfect. Class day in high school was a dance class. So it was like this, but black. So we change things all the time, right? Look at I just love the people that are walking around on planet today, whether they're male or female, with the mermaid hair. Oh my God, purples and blues and greens. Why be so serious? We can play with these things. And people are always changing shapes, right? Oh, I want to whittle off some of this.
Right.
I want some of this weight to go away. Oh no, I really need some of this weight to go on.
Right.
I think for me, my understanding is when we do those things, I prefer people to do them with joy and playfully. Not, oh my goodness, look at me. Yeah, oh my God, look at my skin. Yeah. But to say, oh, I have something here today. Oh, how
I have
nice. My
beauty.
lungs are working, right? So it's about honoring this. But this can be played with too.
Right.
So, yeah, so I'm okay with that and making changes with our body. And everybody has the choice. Some changes I'm going to choose not to make because I think that for me, they don't work well when it comes to health.
Right.
You know, but hey, we're here. We're on a planet of free will.
Yeah.
So just do it, but have fun with it. You know.
I think that's the key one. Yeah. No, I just heard. I just feel someone saying, "Hey, but I don't." You know, we're talking about love and self-love, and they're like, "What do you mean? I chose this. I didn't really like, my situation." But that's it. You can choose it, and you can move and play with it versus feeling bothered by it, right? Just say, hey, maybe that was all it was, is you chose the situation so you'd have the power to choose differently, right? Like just play, experience a new you.
Yeah, this is a great playground.
Yeah.
You know? And lots of toys. So enjoy yourselves.
And so as you're manifesting your soul's desires now, right? We were talking about that for the last 4 sessions. And the energies are all present. This is a cosmic time, right?
Oh, it's such a cosmic time because tomorrow is, oh my God, it's a double, right?
Yeah.
Because we have a partial solar eclipse at the same time as new moon. So if we think about this, that solar eclipse, the sun is being eclipsed partially. So maybe that means that that's a time to surrender, right? What are we gonna surrender? Because at the same time we've got all this newness coming.
Right.
Doors are opening because it's new moon. And as we've talked, every month, new moon, the time for creation, the time for birthing. So here we have the closing and the opening. I mean, how incredible is that?
Well, did you or notice, and do elaborate for our viewers,
Yes.
that because we finished off January really with the super blue, full moon lunar eclipse.
We
and
did.
From my perspective, I felt like these past 2 weeks have been very much an opportunity to willingly release. And if you weren't willingly releasing in that sense, you were being forcibly releasing. But it was this time to really want you to just let it go so you could go forward into this beautiful new energy that's saying it's an 11-year, like you say, it's new beginnings. It's all there designed to support you in what your heart's desires are, what your vision and your mission is for this experience.
Exactly. And even more than that. Okay, so we had that full moon,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the first eclipse, right? And now this is the second one. So that's like a pair.
Yeah.
And bookends. We've got door and door portal.
Right.
But here's the thing. The portals, the moon portals, mm-hmm. are 3 days up, the day of lunation, and 3 days down.
Right.
So if we had that on the 31st, mm-hmm. then we still had, that was the major time to surrender. Okay, with that full moon. And we did that on the show. We did it together, right? Mm-hmm. We were surrendering. So mm-hmm. that was the 31st. This is so cool. So then we had the first, mm-hmm. the second, and the third. And then that was done. Okay? We were surrendered. What's so cool is from the 4th through the end of February, there's no full moon. So February this year is all about creation. It's all about, oh my God, it's all new. It's all refining. It's all clarifying. And not only that, we still have all the planets direct.
Yes.
So everybody's moving forward. We are so beautifully supported by the cosmos to do what we choose to do in a beautiful way. This is a great time of manifesting this whole time. Now, next month, we're going to have 2 full moons again.
Okay, let's not go there for that one. Let's keep them in good February, feeling supported. Okay. And
yes.
And so I just have a question. So if they're all this energy supporting them,
yes,
and somebody's watching us and they're going, I'm not experiencing it that way, that probably is an indication that there has been a door, right? That's been completely closed and they're attached to turning around and seeing where their path is. Would you agree?
Instead of moving forward, are you saying?
Yeah, they're going, I'm not feeling moving forward. I'm feeling like nothing's happening for me.
Yes, because the cord's still there to the past. Because it's also about being present, being now, what's right here. Our choices are in the moment. So what's in this moment? Yes, if things are not turning around for you or not moving forward, I would suggest that you get very, very still and just ask, okay, what am I still holding on to?
Right.
What am I still holding on to? Because that will, and if you want a new relationship and you're still thinking about the old one, guess what?
Yeah.
The new one can't come in because you're still tied to that one. Right?
Right.
If you want a new job, but you are totally tied to the old one, I'm not suggesting that you just quit your job when you want a new one. I mean, many of us have done that and it's worked out quite well. But I'm not here to say, okay, walk in tomorrow with your notice. But
I'm going to put that disclaimer right now. Just hold on. Let's put that disclaimer. We are sharing our experiences and what we have come to believe to be true for each of us. But you need to be fully responsible for your choices after you listen to us. We are saying choose what feels right for you based on what you feel. And we are just sharing.
Yes. Yes. But what I would suggest is when you're in your current position and you're creating a new one, be fully present in the current position and find the joy in it.
Right.
If it means that you're writing a list every day when you get to your desk, and write down 5 things that you really like about being there. And it could be, I just love having my coffee break with Mary. That's fine.
Perfect.
I have such a sense of accomplishment when I complete this file, whatever it is, because then you're shifting that energy to the new. And again, we're talking about February is all about birthing the new. So you can birth the new while you're still carrying that. So when we talk about attachments, that's an attachment to how things are now.
Yes.
But you have the choice and the ability to shift it energetically.
Yes.
And that's what we're talking about. All of this is a conversation about energy, about vibration. Yeah.
And I just like to share that I just saw the magic of this with my daughter's boyfriend. He's 18, so he was raised in an entirely different family, you know, in terms of never had any conversation about power of choice or energy or anything like this. And so he has stayed with us since Christmas because of issues. And, you know, I was just following the guidance there, and we were all then starting to feel that, you know, that it was time for him to go. But he was fearful, right? Initially, he was fearful. He needed a support system, right? He was looking at his best and what he'd been raised. And I had to just spend a little time with him. And that same idea is we had to say, pick what you'd like as living space for, you know, get him to focus. Cause all he was saying, like, I don't know, you know, in those senses, he's never been in this situation. And we had to say, what if you pick, right? What if you picked and the universe opened up that way? Like, look at how life has worked out for you since the incident happened with your family and we took you in. And he started to open up a little bit. And so now he's so excited. So this has all happened like in 5 days, right? He's gone from being fearful, an 18-year-old boy that's not read a spiritual book, you know, not necessarily a believer in God, but just this idea of putting your intention on what you wanted. And he's discovered a place to live. You know, he's worked out his finances. He's feeling empowered. He just, has got some job interviews lined up for a bigger, expansive, has a long-term plan. Like it just like poof, it all opened. It's this new path, and he's excited about his life, and he's going to break the patterns from his family dynamics.
How perfect is that? That's a perfect example of what we're talking about. Yeah. I love that he did it like that.
Yeah.
I love that he did it like that. You know, he had the opportunity to see. And we all have that opportunity. You know, we all have that opportunity. I know I talked a few weeks ago about the Fool in the Tarot deck.
Mm-hmm.
The Fool being the wisest one in the whole deck. And in one of the earlier decks, the Rider-Waite deck, you see this fool about to step off a precipice.
Right.
No idea. He's got his little knapsack and his dog.
Yeah.
He has no idea because he's free.
Yeah.
He's free. So, and that's the wisest one. When we begin the journey, and we say, okay, I trust, you know? So that's beautiful. It's like he's just begun, this young man has just begun the journey.
Yeah, that's what I was describing. I said, you're like a little bird, right? And now it's time to leave the nest, right? You know, and here you go. We're supporting you. But I feel that this is your opportunity to detach, right? You know, in one respect, he just wanted to hold on to my daughter, right? In that respect, and go, no, we have to be together. And it's like, no, you've got to let go in order to get stronger so you can grow and be the person you're designed to be, right? Yeah. I was so impressed that he could embrace it in such a quick, short period of time and see for himself what he followed and got results.
Was wonderful. And this just happened in the last couple of days?
Yeah, literally. Like it was like a Friday to, you know, probably like my daughter, we started to feel it like after the full moon, sort of thinking, and then she sort of had to have a bit of a, you know, a breakdown saying, I'm, you know, not that they wanted to part, just that she needed your space, right? She needed to have space to honor herself. And so he was afraid,
Sure.
You know? And totally rightly so from everything that he's ever been through. And then it was just giving him that option of saying, let's really look at the last, you know, 6 weeks, 2 months. It's been different. And, you know, and just supporting and letting the energies and letting him feel and experience the things, because it's when you have your own experience, right? When you say like the fool jumping off the precipice, right? Or walking, that trust, when you have your own experience, and it lands softly, you're like, huh. And you start to trust, and then you're ending up talking like Beloved and I, and, having your own journey to awakening show.
Well, what's so interesting about this from another perspective
Mm-hmm.
is this happened in the sign of Aquarius. And tomorrow we have the sun and the moon
Mm-hmm.
in Aquarius. And Aquarius is the sign of freedom.
There you go.
It's the sign of making your own way.
Yeah.
And it's a sign of vision,
mm-hmm.
the visionary. So here, and we were in the portal because 3 days up,
right,
day of lunation, and 3 days down. So he came to this in alignment with the cosmic energies that are supporting him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty cool. Because these energies are here, whether we acknowledge them or not.
Yeah.
They're here, and they're part of the way the universe works. So to see this happen for someone who has no idea about any of this, and yet his choice, his movement was in perfect alignment with
Absolutely.
us.
And I feel like that's the whole point is like, after, I think it was the day after we did the full moon, right? Was pretty much the day I had the physical shift. Like it was just like poof, I get these things, I receive it like a download of a book, it's like poof, it has to happen now. And the energy had to shift in dynamic of the house. And it was like setting the new intention, it was like completion, things are shifting. And even I remember my daughter saying, I understand, Mom, that when you need to do it, you need to do it. We're just a few days behind you, right? But we're coming. Just don't touch our rooms.
That's right. Let us catch up. Yeah, it's beautiful.
And that's what the thing is you sense it and I sense it. And I feel like although we go, look what's happening with the planets, right? Look at the moon or the new moon, the full moon. It's like if you're really present, you just feel it, right? Like you feel it and then you go, oh, you can go and go, that's right. It's in a sign of Aquarius, the sun, and it makes perfect sense, but you're already feeling it.
Exactly. And all that is skill building. You're not different. I'm not different than anybody else.
No.
It's just that we've learned to be aware.
Yeah.
And the more aware, then the more useful it is. I mean, I think that most people have had the experience of walking into a room and not liking it. It's like, this does not feel good.
Right.
Or meeting someone that you've never seen before and just, oh my God, you're just, wow, fast friends for life.
Mm-hmm.
So we all have these moments.
Yeah.
It's about becoming aware of them and on the journey to awakening, living life by these signposts, living life by them. And then what happens is, or for me, my experience is, in the beginning, it's like, ooh, that was so cool. Ooh, that was so cool. I like to call those ahas.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I know that I'm a bit off center or off balance when the synchronicities aren't there.
Right.
When the ahas aren't there. When I go for a day or two and I haven't, wait a second,
Right.
Hold a second. I had the experience this past week where I'm back in Florida. This is my sound temple at Angel Song Sanctuary. And I've been living out of a suitcase and, running here, running there. And I came back, I think last Sunday, and I said, No. I know I'm supposed to go back on Wednesday. No. No. So I made that decision Sunday night that I was not going to turn right around on Wednesday. I needed to be home.
Mhm.
I needed to be present. I got up in the morning, had this beautiful meditation, opened my email, and found that someone had booked me to for a major event. Had that same day had 3 more bookings, and then I'm standing next to a console that I have, a pantry, and on top of it is the bar, and there's a tray there, and I look on the tray, and there's a ring. I don't remember having that ring, and I said to my friend, "Is this your ring?" And she said, "No, where'd that come from?" I said, "It's sitting on the tray." She said, "It wasn't on the tray yesterday." I said, "I know." So I'm taking it as a gift from Spirit that I came back and look at my ring. It fits me perfectly. It's a stunning lapis.
Beautiful.
So things like that happen all the time when we're in alignment.
Yes.
So for me, I had become out of alignment. So when I said I'm back in,
Right.
and I brought myself back into alignment,
Mm-hmm.
there's a beautiful gift. And it's a gift to remind me. So every time I look at this finger,
Right.
I know, oh yes, oh yes. So we all have signs. We all have, and they're different for us all the time. This is the first time I received a ring that I received other things,
Right.
But when these things happen, and they will, you are in alignment with the energies, in alignment with your soul, in alignment with your inner guidance, So you experience these things, which is so, so fabulous. So what a week this is. What an absolute week. And I would like to pull a couple of cards.
You say it kind of like, they're like
I'm gonna pull
this delightful impish energy that's saying, I know, let's just pull it. Let's see.
Let's just give ourselves a couple of things we can touch into for these days. Okay, we had Mardi Gras yesterday, World Sound Healing Day, Valentine's Day today,
Right.
New Moon, and partial solar eclipse tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Then Lunar New Year. So let's just see who's here. So the first one, let's see. I want to pull some light keepers. I love this deck. This is Kyle Gray. And he is just an amazing, amazing medium and angel messenger from Scotland. And he was dubbed the youngest medium. He has a wonderful story. And when he was 17, he was called the youngest medium. So let's just see who comes for us, because we are still in the season of light. So let's see who's here for yesterday. Okay, let's see what came for Mardi Gras.
Or Shrove Tuesday.
Huh?
Or Shrove Tuesday.
Shrove Tuesday. Do you know that you can do them for the day before because we're quantum, right?
Right.
Okay, so how beautiful is this? Gaia.
Aha.
Earth connection. And remember, when the energies come in for a day, they're not just there for the day. So that's our light keeper.
Hold on. No. Okay.
It's so beautiful for our planet. Okay?
Mhm.
So when we're feasting, when we're enjoying, then we're serving one another. Yes?
Yeah.
And we're enjoying our physical self. So how perfect is that? We have Gaia, who is physical. This is Earth. So she's there. Then for today, I'm going to pull one of my own love cards. This is from my own deck. So I have a deck that's my abundance deck, and it has to do there are three suits in there, and they are love, health, and wealth. And actually, two of them came out. Okay, so we got one of love,
Mhm.
which is begin with love, for it is the essence of manifesting. Love is the heart of creating prosperity and abundance. All good things you wish to attract to yourself vibrate to the energy of love.
How perfect is that?
Isn't it? We might have to use that at the end when we do our 5 minutes. And we got the three of love. And the three of love is sweet one. We were created out of love. Love is your center. Awaken with a loving and joyful heart, giving unconditional, loving smiles and kind words wherever you go.
There we go. It's all about love. Just how we started out the program, and then we moved right into sound. And I think we're going to finish off now with the sound.
We are. We absolutely are. So, what I invite you to do is place your hands on your heart and feel in to love. Just feel in. Imagine your heart expanding. Just imagine your heart expanding, feeling love, love for yourself, love for the planet, for your friends, your family, your special someone. Love for the divine. Love for those you don't know. And in a moment, I'm going to invite you to make the sound of ah. And we're going to do that for 5 minutes. So I'll invite you to take a deep breath and to ah. And then as you need another breath, take your next breath and ah. Knowing that as you do this, you're connecting with people all over the globe, all over the planet, who are doing this today on World Sound Healing Day. So now take a deep breath. And I invite you to imagine in front of you our planet. And see a ring of people around her. People of every shape, every color, holding hands and dancing. Happy, joyful, loving one another, and knowing that you are a beautiful, loving being. Imagine yourself in that circle, dancing, joyful, as you take another breath and feel the love, feel your joy. Begin with love, for it is the essence of manifesting. Love is the heart of creating prosperity and abundance. All good things you wish to attract to yourself vibrate to the energies of love. And one last And now, darling hearts, bring your hands to your heart if they're not already there. Take a nice, deep breath in. And know that you are exactly who you are meant to be. A loving, beautiful, magnificent light.
Thank you.
Namaste.